My name is David Drefcinski from Platteville, Wisconsin. My home parish is St. Mary's Parish. When I went from grade school to high school, I really found joy out of just being with friends and hanging out and doing stuff with sports. Just trying to find the joy and the love that Christ was showing and kind of bring that through just the people I was interacting there, just kind of like the motivation and inspiration that I found through God was helping me out a lot and helped me get through the struggles that I had there. And then after high school, I went into college and then majored in building construction management. My sophomore year, I worked a year at Menards, and when I was there to kind of get my kind of job experience for building construction management. When I was there, the work was hard, but I did the best that I could with what I was at, and I really started to think maybe this is not what I want to do for the rest of my life. Do I really want to do construction? If I'm not really passionate, I was passionate about it. I liked it. I liked doing it. I liked working with my hands, but just the atmosphere I was at, just the people I was with, just the knowledge that I needed to have for a construction field was not not something I could see myself doing in the future. I went to visit Immaculate Heart of Mary Seminary in Winona, and it wasn't that I could see myself, it wasn't like a light from heaven, this is what I want you to do, but it was like I could see myself doing that. But kind of like the tipping point, that kind of like saying, maybe this is really what God wants me to take a look at and really start to actually think about was I was working at just a normal teen retreat. It was called a tech retreat, and when I was there, I was hanging out with some people and hanging out with different friends that I had, and there was a girl there, and I really liked her. And when I was there at Mass at the Sunday Mass, the priest, we'd been to Mass hundreds of times, before, and I'm there with her, and it was just a beautiful time, beautiful Mass. And during the consecration, the priest lifted up the Eucharist, and I just started to weep. That's kind of the tipping point. That's when I really started to say, okay, God, I'm going to start to listen to what you want me to do rather than what I want to do. I'd had relationships before, but this was someone that I could see myself being with and spending the rest of my life with. But it was just when I actually saw the Eucharist and when I actually saw the Mass and just the beauty of it, I was like, no, God, I know, even though deep down inside I want to be with her, but deep down inside I also knew that you were calling me to something greater, something bigger. So kind of like a side story, I also do clowning. Clowning, I really started to bring my kind of clowning stuff into my ministry, just how I interact with people, just the joy and the fun that has happened there. And this past year at seminary was just a joy, because just making balloon animals for guys is just so much fun, and performing my clown routine for the guys at seminary, they really thought that was great and fun and enjoyable. So I could bring that joy of Christ, through my jokester mentality into sharing the love of Christ with all the people. So yeah, it's a fun thing, good thing. Any other questions?
No, I think that's good.